Yeah.
Last we left off, Graf stood between our heroes and the gate that is opened to one of the layers of hell, Felagos, hoping to compel Henrik to his side, and failing in the process. He transformed into a slayer of the hells, with the thought that if they won't join him, they will die before making it any farther. Roka lay dead behind them from a quick spell shot out by Graf, and while he was collecting power from his minions that he was throwing at them, our team was getting battered.
I
Dewey
lost you.
and the
I
frontliners.
lost you.
You cut out
Oh,
after battered.
hello.
What?
Hello.
Yeah, yeah,
Hello.
yeah. Back up a little bit.
Okay. Okay. Um, our team was getting battered. An ice wall spell from Azazel, supportive spells from Dewey, and the frontliners of Ryan Henrik led to Graf's downfall. However, Henrik got the final blow, staring his adoptive father in the mouth, face, maw, giant mouth, and Dewey brought Roka back to life. That where we left off. Gentlemen, one thing that you see in this room is a downed Graf, still in his bestial form. Henrik kneeling next to him, sobbing, and Roka not saying anything, just walking over and cradling Henrik, wiping off some of the blood that's on his face. And he's like, I got you, my boy. It's okay. Feel it. Let it come out. You need this. Uh, Hold on one sec. I gotta refresh the page real quick because my sheets on the side are messed up.
Oh, now you're the caboose. You're the Roll20 camera caboose.
Hey, look at that.
Okay, let me see. There we go. I'm the caboose now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um, he Roka kind of looks over at the four of you, all battered, as it took some heavy hits during that fight, and he goes, Dewey, can you lend me a hand, my boy?
I've lent you more than that. He walks over.
He reaches into one of his breast pockets and he grabs out a small vial that's empty. And he's like, can you do me a favor? Find an open wound on you and just get some blood in here, if that's okay.
What do you plan to do with blood magic?
Something that probably needs to be done in order to stop this.
Dewey looks at him skeptically, but this guy's gone through the trouble of amassing our allies, and he's walked through the streets of Ave with us. So he reaches down, gets an open cut in his arm, squeezes it, and drips some of the blood into the vial and hands it back to him.
He takes it and he grabs 3 more vials out of his pocket. And there's already blood in these. He looks at the 3 men that he has watched grow since he has been in his academy. Since they've taken their first jobs in Tram at the behest of Bryce, making it down to Bravenport and Dayan, taking a pirate ship down off the coast, coming back up into the fields of Triton, destroying the automatons that were causing trouble in Eden, making their way down to Ave, where now a portal to the literal hells is opened above them. And you see a tear down his cheek. and he goes, this isn't goodbye, but I don't think I can make it through that portal. I would be a hindrance at this point. I have lived a long, long life. And my one wish would be for you four to thrive. And the best way that I know how to make that a reality is to give you something that can help you survive this. The last piece of this puzzle is the soul of a fae. And then you would take these vials and be rejuvenated. You can't go into the hells like you are now. We don't have time. Sit and rest. You know I'm right.
Is there any basis to this soul magic? Do he would search his minds for arcane knowledge? Is it the only way?
You can make an Arcana check.
I don't want Roka to die.
No.
Oh,
It's the
man.
only way, if you say so.
No.
Play it out as you would want to play it out.
Are we sure this is the only way, Roka? Or what are you proposing exactly that where you're gonna do?
You won't do anything. I am willing to give my life for you boys. To give you the strength you need for the other side of that portal. Listen, I've been here a long time. I'm gonna be honest. Part of me is tired. He is hopeful for the future. But I know I'm not going to be around to see it. One thing I ask. Just, if you can, bring my body back to the academy. I'd like to be buried up on those hills. He looks over at Henrik. You know, you've had this strength all along. You weren't supposed to be here, but I'm so glad that you did. You know, part of me thinks that you were the glue that held everybody together. I don't think that they would have made it this far without you. He looks over at Roy. You're such a young child. You are wise. More wise than some of your people that are twice your age. You're loyal. You're easy to become friends with. And I hope that you don't lose that in yourself as you get older. And you will. You'll become older. Looks over at Azazel. My boy, you have had a troubled past. so troubling, and I'm so sorry that you had to go through that. But look at where you came from, and look at where you are now. You were the father figure that everyone needed. You were everybody's confidant. And sure, you had some problems that were sprouting up from time to time, but everybody does. But you were eager to listen to everybody else's problems first. You wanted to make things right for them. I can't see a greater friend than that. He looks over at Dewey. My boy, I didn't know that we needed each other. I didn't give you an invitation, but yet you joined this group and became one with the team. And it was like you were always here. Maybe I should have had you on when we first got this group together, but I think it shows your character and the character of these three men that to take somebody in and for you to take them in and grow together. And I want to thank you for that. I think that while Henrik was the glue, I think that you, Dewey, helped keep things going. And I don't know how else to thank you.
Well, you know, we found each other eventually. And that's what counts. Now, I'm willing to let you do this. I know it must be tough, and it's not like we got another Fae around, if what you say is true. And to be honest, you know, once I become a god, I'm probably just gonna try to bring you back anyway. But there is something I wanted to ask. Assuming a soul sacrifice doesn't destroy the soul, I imagine you'll be back at the place where you were just a couple minutes before, and kind of want to know where you went. Well, what'd you see?
When I leave this plane,
Yeah, when you died.
it was dark. I could almost hear you guys fighting, but I couldn't move, I couldn't see. But I knew that you were there. I felt your touch, and you revived me, even before you spoke the incantation. There.
So it's on the other side? Just dark?
I don't think I was supposed to go like that. This feels like the way I'm supposed to go. And who knows? Maybe there'll be something for me on the other side after this. But if I'm not willing to come back, you have to let me rest.
Well, if you like it better there, you can stay there. We won't take it personal.
Thank you.
You deserve a happy ending.
Does anyone
too,
else want to
Roka.
say anything?
I don't know if I can. I really don't.
Now Henrik's sobbing for whole other reasons.
I. No, I don't want this to happen. I really don't want this to happen.
He stands up and he grabs onto your shoulders, Roy, and he goes, "You four have so much potential, so much left to do. I'm old. I'm way past my prime. This is my last gift to you. I know you four can save Ave, can save Aetheria, the whole material plane. But the more we talk about it, the more things are coming through that portal and are killing people outside.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, what do you want me to say if I see your uncle?
Gosh. Oh man, tell him I'm not okay, but I'll get better.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell him about all your accomplishments. He'll be proud of you.
Oh, I hope so.
He walks over to Azazel and looks over at you and he goes, I want you to give your kin what for.
Well, Broca, that's going to be a pretty tough order, but I think you're saddling me with a much tougher task.
Hello?
Hello.
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 Your webcam went out there, but you're here.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Can't hear us.
Can you not hear us?
Hello?
Man.
Are you in the are you in the astral plane?
His laptop probably died on him.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
It's only the second thing to die this session.
Oh my gosh. I am like I'm fucking crying. Like I'm so
We're actually having an emotional reaction to it. And
Oh my gosh.
I know, this sucks.
I love it for the worst reason of just like, oh, I'm glad that you guys
I'm a
are like,
grown ass man. Oh.
Well, Roko was
Wait.
the person
me.
that he was like our first real NPC that we
Yeah.
engaged with at all, you know?
what were you gonna
Oh,
say,
gosh.
Azazel? That he's leaving you with a bigger task?
You're leaving me with a much larger task. Because you're no longer going to be here to see the future. We're going to have to make sure that the future continues with you in it. So I'm going to have to write some sort of epic story about the greatest master that's ever lived. And I appreciate the task. And I just give him a big hug.
I know that you're good with your words because you've been carrying around that journal for so long. I think it's time for somebody to write down your memoirs. I'm glad it's you.
Thanks. For everything.
Thank you. He goes over to Henrik and he's like, "Oh, I know it's tough losing two father figures in one night, but
A bit much. It is.
I want you to be that person for the kids out there. Kids that need you. Kids that were like you. I think you know what I mean.
Already planned on it, but I guess you knew that already.
I knew that already because I know you. He didn't know you. He wanted to use you. He didn't want to know you. And I'm gonna be honest, he missed out on an incredible man.
Thanks there, Pops.
He tears up, slaps you on the back twice, and Looks back at Dewey. I'm gonna need your help on this.
Or tell me what to do.
I just need a healing spell on all 4 of these vials.
Okay. It's a lot of magic.
It's-
If
The
you
lowest-
want, I got some healing words. I can literally cast healing words. So, you want to take half? I'll take half.
However,
I was gonna say I can help
Um,
too.
Or actually, because we're about to do a short rest after this, right?
you are going to get the benefits of a long rest from this.
Okay,
Do
then,
we
then
cast
it
his
doesn't matter.
mass cure wounds on the vials as some radiant green light bubbles over, contrasting the inky redness of our blood?
Real quick, Roy, I know I'm kind of metagaming here, but are all of your ring spells all good?
I have
didn't use any?
all 3 of them.
You're good? Okay. I just wanted to make sure if you guys wanted to put something in there before this happened.
Nope, we good.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
You do the mass cure wounds on the vials, and as he's holding on to them, you see that the radiant light that's hitting the vials goes into his hands, his arms, up into his shoulders, and finally his head and his eyes start glowing this radiant light before it starts becoming blinding. All of you have to look away real quick, and you feel as if somebody pushes something into each of your chests. Boom, 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 boom. You hear a sound of glass shattering. And all of your cuts, all of your wounds, all of your mental fatigue is gone. Everything that was hurting you from this Graph Slayer fight is magically healed. You gain the benefits of a long rest. All of your spell slots are recovered. All of your health is recovered,
Including the health we
And-
permanently lost.
including the health that you permanently lost.
Ooh.
Hell
HP
yeah.
is back to normal.
Whoop whoop.
All right.
Everything's back to normal. And when the blinding light stops, you see a motionless Roka lying on the floor. Not looking like he's in pain. He looks like he laid down of his own volition, got into a comfortable position, and while he's laid there, has the faintest smile on his face.
Dewey rummages in his bag and he pulls out the pressed blue flower with red thorns that we got from Neural and leaves it in his lap.
The flower that is native to the Feywild now lays on Roka's chest.
Well, let's not let his act go in vain. Let me know when you guys are ready, and we'll go. Dewey trudges off toward the base of the stairs and sits.
Henrik gets up without saying a word and follows.
How you doing, Roy?
Not good. Not good.
I know.
I love this man. I don't know who I'll be without him.
Well, you aren't without him. He's in you. Somewhere.
Yeah. I just didn't think it'd be this soon. It's the one person that saw me for me and plucked me up from out of nowhere. And that felt good. And that felt really good. And now... let's go save the world. Let's do it for him.
That sounds like a plan.
Let's do it for him.
Let's do it for Roka. And I guess we just both start walking over.
And we skip all the way to the portal.
We lock arms and... yeah.
Lock arms.
Oh, man. Can we at least...
I think I do a thing where
Before
I put my arm around you as we walk toward the portal.
For the love of everything, can we at least just chuck Graf's body away from Roka's?
I was thinking the same thing.
Zazzle, can you just,
Roka's
before we
very
go...
peacefully
just,
laying next to this
I'll grab his legs and we just... Thank you, out of there. Gosh.
1, 2.
Is create bonfire a cantrip?
I think it is, but I don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
Then we won't bring it up.
Gosh, should we get rid of his body like the mummy?
Is that
Roka.
disintegrating in the corner?
Was that?
Is Graf's body
Graf.
disintegrating like a demon does?
Very slowly, but yes.
All right.
All right.
Like you see it in the fingertips and the toes that it's starting to kind of turn to dust. And the scraping against the floor probably helped that process.
Yeah. Pop a few.
It's like leftover bits. Like,
do you want to pop a few
All right.
Eldritch blasts off
It's
just to?
just
make
stuck
sure.
Have you ever-
a blast in this thing.
Like, have you ever killed a moth in your hand and like it just makes that streak?
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
dude. Yes.
Kind of like that.
I'll just pop.
It's just,
But it's cathartic. It's removing some of the anguish and the
Feels good.
bastard.
yeah.
As also turns around, and he's like, "No, it's okay, dude. Did you see how many times Henrik stabbed him after he died? He's dead, man. We're good. I think we're fine."
Not dead enough.
I can do it some more if you need.
Go, guys, we have to save the world. We can't keep doing this. Come on.
All right. I think I got it out of me.
Okay. Before you lies the portal with Elagos. It is a swirling mass of purple and red, not unlike the portals that you've seen, the portal prison back in the Feywild. Seems to be around the same technology, maybe a little bit more advanced. And you guys notice on the left side over here, not only is it like a control panel for the device, but you also notice sitting in the center console on a pedestal, the pyramid.
Oh, that looks familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah, I guess you didn't steal it after all.
I guess I didn't. So, I guess at some point we're going to have to figure this whole contraption out. Do you guys want to maybe take a few minutes to just kind of examine it, see what the deal is with like the physical situation before we go in? That way when we're back out here and we know we got to close it, we kind of at least know what we're working with a little bit.
I'm afraid if we turn off the lever, we won't be able to open the portal again. If it's true what they say that it has to be closed on both sides, perhaps there's 2 levers. But if we try to close it from one side, maybe it just won't let us, or maybe it'll close us in a way we can't reopen it.
It's a good point. And maybe we should just go in.
We could look at it from a distance. I'll do that. Could look at it with my monocle. Really quickly though, because the fate of the world depends on this. Us.
As quickly as one can.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
There it is. Well, what do my wandering eyes see?
Oh, whoa.
I'll just get the smudge off
This-
the monocle there.
Yep. This contraption is at full power, creating a gate spell that is connected to the realm of Thelagos. You can perceive from the console, the lever, the pyramid that's in there, that there is so much power coming through this portal that shutting off just one part of it is not going to close off the portal that's above you. It seems like this is one in a set where they need to be shut off at approximately the same time in order for it to be completely shut down and shut off. And after that, it appears that the pyramid would become dormant again. So that's what you glean with a natural 20 on that investigation on the console.
Okay. So it seems like these are here to stay. For the moment.
All right. Everybody ready?
Let's do
All right,
it.
we walk up
Let's go
together.
to
We all
hell.
grasp the pyramid.
The P-
End of scene. Period.
Explosion. Everyone dies.
Oh no.
Make your way.
Credits roll.
Yep. That's how Aetheria ended.
Roka died for
You-
nothing.
That was the
Yeah,
apocalypse.
he died
That
late.
was it, yeah.
Apocalypse was the friends we made along the way.
That's
oh my
right.
gosh.
You make your way through the portal, and it's a similar feeling to what you guys experienced in the portal prison, where these waves of blues and purples and reds are just flashing by you as you're going through. Dewey, specifically, you feel like you hit something hard as you're going through this portal at neck break speeds. And you feel this whoosh come over you, and all of a sudden it is hot. It is burning. Not enough to damage you while you guys are here, but 3 out of the 4 of you have fire resistance, and it's
Hey.
and
Like, wow, it feels great down here.
Place is
as
evil.
you guys kind of come to and kind of get a view of the landscape, you notice that there's a river of lava starting at the front of you. Heading over to the ridge to the right of you, there's a small, decrepit and disheveled, almost towns and huts leading off of the ridge. And looking down, that force that you hit was Horace Vandergelder,
Oh.
who stumbled into the portal with you.
Now, last we knew of Boris Vandergelder, he was chained up with his mouth gape, emitting like a "ah" sound, according to the sending that I sent, or the scry.
So you don't know how, like, you know that the sending spell connected to him, but you didn't get like a good response from him. He wasn't like chained up or anything like that, but he was incapacitated in some way.
Is he alive? Is he active?
He's beaten, battered, and bruised.
All three
Poor-
of
He's
these-
breathing.
Is he aware of us as we go through the portal, or is he on the ground?
His eyes. He's on the ground, slumped, and his eyes are closed, but he's breathing.
Dewey goes over. He shakes me and says, "HVG, HVG, watch you."
HVG,
What are you doing there?
yes.
HVG.
HVG.
I didn't mean to hit you, but you got in my way.
He looks up and he goes, "I know you. Know you." Looks over at Henrik. "You?" And Roy, "And you?" And Azazel, and he goes, "I certainly know you."
You look like you could use a Blumco banana. How's it going?
Where are we?
We'll give
We're
you
hoping
3
you tell
guesses.
This is hell.
One of them.
Yeah, one of them.
One of them.
Is this his doing?
See,
Which his?
Which is?
I guess we could say our patron, Azazel. Because I thought I had gotten rid of him all those years ago, but apparently he still had a hold of me.
Yeah,
Should've
this
seen
is
it.
his doing.
I should have seen this coming. Now I thought that I could outsmart a devil. But looks like he was just biding his time. He tries to get up and his knees kind of give out underneath him and slumps back down. He goes, "No. Thought that it would be simple. That I knew I couldn't bring up my end to get all of this wealth, to get all of this fame. But at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. What matters is what you do with your life. What about you? What are you gonna do after this?" Looking at Azazel.
Horace, all I want to do, if I'm being honest with you, is write in my book and play music. Maybe on the side of a hill, under a tree. But honestly, I don't have the luxury of thinking about that stuff right now. So maybe I'll figure it out once this is all over with.
I'm sorry I put this burden on you. Should have handled it in my younger age. But I call it cowardice, call it ego. I don't know. But sorry that it came down to you four. In a way, I'm glad it did. I'm gonna try to step through this portal again, and hopefully I don't get stuck. As he walks past, he looks over at the four of you. And he looks over at Dewey, and he goes, "Did I ever tell you that you look a lot like me when I was younger?"
Dewey is not one for small talk. and feels weird about these conversations that he doesn't relate to. So he looks at him for a second. For a split second, he thinks, is there a demon inside that guy? What's going on? And he tries to get a read on it. Let's see.
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check.
You'll be good.
Inside of you, there are 2 demons.
25. Almost instantly you start connecting the pieces a little bit of your childhood, your adoptive parents, your upbringing, how you got into the church. And then you start recalling his story. Made a deal with the devil to get fame and fortune at the expense of never knowing his son.
All right, content with the realization that he's probably not a demon possessed, Dewey says, well, that must have been fun for you, but not something I'm looking forward to. Looking like that in 10 years. Maybe I can prevent it. He laughs. He goes, ha 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 ha.
Oh, he's... yeah, keep that beard up. That's the best thing for you.
Man's makeup.
Makeup?
Man's makeup. Shapes your face.
The contour lines, it's really working.
Right, it's not too late for you to grow one back.
Maybe. See how I feel after I come through this portal again. Guys, good luck. And before he leaves, you look over and there's some sort of, almost as if it's like fire rope. It's almost like an electrical cord in the real world, but it's set aflame, and it's connecting this portal over here all the way across, and you can pretty much follow it down the river for a few hundred feet. And he goes to the portal.
Wait, Horace, before you go through there,
Yeah.
just really quick, there, does Horace, have we ever seen Horace and Roka together? Like, would they know each other? Would we know that they know each other or not?
They
met at the meeting. No, they didn't.
No.
He wasn't there.
No,
Horse
they
didn't.
Horace
didn't.
was
Yeah,
not
he
at the
wasn't
meeting.
there. They never would have met each other, right?
Isn't it funnier if
Right.
he doesn't know?
There's a
No,
dead
that's.
guy
I'm
out
actually
there.
kind of hoping. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
Leave him alone.
just leave him. Just leave the dead guy.
No. I was gonna say, there is a dead body. Could you please make sure that body specifically makes it someplace safe? That's a very important person that will need to have a proper burial. I know there are going to be a lot of bodies in the city. That one is the most important one to make sure gets back safe.
He looks at his very frail, old arms. He goes, I'll do my best.
Okay, you don't have to do it alone. Just as long as someone on the outside knows
I'll
that
find
body.
people.
Maybe get
Yeah,
help,
yeah.
Try to find people.
like
Yeah,
a wheelbarrow
exactly.
or something.
Thanks, Horace. All right, now get the fuck out of here. I say that after
as-
he goes through.
Yeah, as he walks through the portal, Dewey turns. He turns to the group. He says, "You think we should have told him about the bone demon?"
I hope he doesn't think that's the body.
Oh man, no.
He'll know. He'll know.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh.
He'll figure it out.
Guys,
Hopefully.
look around the portal. Do you see a lever?
I take a look on this side to see if there's anything that resembles the lever we just saw.
No. The only thing that you see is that like fire rope fire cord.
Yeah, where's that
Going
fire
from
rope
the
go
portal.
to?
It follows all the way east, and it keeps on going down the river a little bit more.
Something tells me that fire cord is related.
Well, I think that Horus left that essentially for us to be able to like traverse downwards into the city.
Are you sure?
Right?
He made no
that
mention
what-
of it at all. We should have asked him.
I mean,
Could I determine what this is? Is this a normal Hells thing that people know about?
It's a hell rope. You know.
You can make another investigation check, sure.
Okay.
is the rope hot to the touch? Will it burn me if
I
I,
don't
grab
want
it
to touch
as
the
opposed
hell
to the
rope.
others?
I just want to look at it. This one's pretty good too.
It is hot.
Nice.
The
What
20.
does a hell rope look like it is made of, and where it's going?
Fire.
The best way that I can describe it
Hell
is
hemp, of course.
imagine like a huge extension cord going from this portal and just connecting it down a few hundred feet down past the river and over like and under a ridge.
And it's connected to this portal.
Yes.
Okay. Well, it seems like a good thing to follow.
All right. Is the rope over? Does it cross over any part of this molten lava lake?
It pretty much stays to the north side of it.
Kind of.
Okay, so there's no risk of falling in if you were to follow the rope.
You can stay far enough away from the river that you'll be able to follow it and have no problems with it.
I kind of
All right,
expected
do we-
more of a greeting, you know. People trying to kill us, not that I'm complaining.
There's a lot of people outside in Ave already.
Yeah, oh, that's true, yeah.
Think we will welcome the silence, Dewey says, and he takes his shield, unclasps it, puts it above the rope, and grabs both sides. He says, I can't think of anything better unless you're going to fly us all down, Roy. And he prepares to rappel down the fire rope.
Oh, that looks so cool. Do it, Dewey.
Okay. he goes.
Do you want me to fly down first?
He's already going.
Oh, far be it for me to not say go and not do
Yeah.
it myself. I use the Staff of Frost to do sort of the same thing.
Okay.
We're all ziplining down
Yeah.
this
As you guys,
fire hell rope. I love it.
let me go ahead and do this. As you guys are rappelling down, to the wrong thing. As you guys are rappelling down to on the north side of the river, you see two figures closer to the edge over here. Can't quite make them out. You can pretty much bypass them if you want, or you can try to make a perception check and slow down and see.
I want to slow down.
All right.
Are you rappelling down at all, Henrik, or are you just like running
Bro.
underneath them?
I'm Spider-Man.
I was gonna say Henrik is like tightrope
Yeah.
walking, like, but he's running like he's doing it like no problem.
Like, yeah, I'm fine.
Are these rocks tall?
Yep.
Like, could we descend off this? Like, onto this?
Right there.
Yeah. I
They're
don't know the
they're
Z-axis.
higher. Yeah. So this, I guess you could say, this is the lowest point right here.
Okay.
And then it goes up, up, up. This kind of curves around over here and gets
And then
higher
we
up.
see people in the distance over here.
You see him like right about here. Let me.
Okay. Dewey he'll look as he gets like about here. I'll try to look.
Okay. So Dewey and Henrik can make a perception check.
Okay.
25 from Henrik. Henrik, you recognize immediately the colors of the crown, the royal garb of Osler, and appears to be the
Oh, the dwarf.
the dwarf that was with him.
All right. So how to rule the perception check? Do I see two dark figures that are indistinguishable, or do I not see them at all?
You notice the figures. The perception check was to see whether you recognize them or not.
If they're unknown, then I stop here.
Okay, so go ahead and place your marker.
I'm walking on walls, my friend. I slow down behind him. Greg, did you say it is Vossler or he's wearing Vossler's colors?
It is Vossler. He is wearing his royal garb. So, like, you've seen him before in armor. You've seen him in, like, where was it? It was in Eden, where he was doing that, like, welcoming ceremony for himself.
Yes.
It's pretty much like that garb.
Okay, alright. Where's Roy in this situation? Did he go down?
I was just kind of flying with you guys. I don't think we got to my movement, but I just fly, you know.
Okay. Alright.
He'll turn to Heinrich.
Bye.
He'll say, if we can see them, they can say they can see us. I don't know who they are, but we gotta think up something to deal with them fast.
It's Vossler?
What are you doing down here? By his lonesome?
No, he's... Is that dwarf?
Invisible dwarf?
No, just dwarf.
Well, he can become an invisible dwarf.
DORF. He's just dwarf.
He's a dwarf.
Ganondorf.
I never realized you had an accent before. What do you do?
I'll keep going down. That's fine. Let's do it. I'm going down.
Okay.
I mean, he's a
so what do you
threat.
guys want to do?
He's a threat, Heinrich. I have a spell that can allow you to see him, but I don't know. If you see him, we gotta take him down, and if we don't, we're screwed.
I'll tell you guys, I think that dwarf has some magic abilities of some sort. I don't know how powerful they are, but just something to keep in mind.
I mean, what do you think they're doing down here?
They're working with the guy, aren't they?
Nothing good.
Yeah.
We could just ambush them. They might know some stuff, but is it worth it?
They're the ones who opened the gate. Nothing
mean-
they say is going to be worthwhile, useful.
So
They're
you're
dumb enough
saying
to do that.
so Henrik just starts to pull his blades out slowly. So you're saying it's go time. Is that-
At
I mean, if there's...
at least the lackey,
Eh.
and then keep Vossler alive.
Is there a way to track them?
Well, do we need Vossler alive?
No, we have a younger Vossler.
Didn't we say we
Better.
try to keep him? We try to save him? Did we ever promise this?
Well, he's never promised to save us, so... Just saying. If anything, he's promised the opposite.
Dewey feels the weight of the rod of rulership on his back. He says, Heinrich, I probably can't get close enough, fast enough, but if you could wave this at them and have them, you command them to serve you as their new king, that might be good enough, and it'll expel the power of the rod, which I feel like that dwarf ever since I got this, I've just been having flashbacks to the day. Which one stole it from me? Which of the shepherds stole the pyramid?
was
It
Lee.
was.
Lee.
Well, it was Lee was the one that did the spell to find it, and then it was Elrina that actually stole it.
I keep having flashbacks to the day Arena stole that pyramid off me without me
Arlene,
knowing.
sorry.
Or Arlene. I'm sorry. Their names.
I said the same thing. I was like, oh, I must know the names incorrectly or something.
No, that was my bad.
Sometimes I wake up in a cold sweat. Dewey wipes his head off a very hot sweat. He goes, I keep thinking this dwarf's gonna turn invisible and just nick this from my hand. Here, hold this. I think you should use this.
Is it time?
I can't think of a better time.
All right.
You can do this, Henrik.
I look up at Roy and give him like a nod. Yeah, he's good. All right, he's good.
That way you can at least get the information you want without killing him right away.
Should I make him invisible first? Would that help?
I don't think it'll affect their
I'll give
wisdom
you.
save, but...
Yeah, but at least so he can get closer without them. I mean, he is Henrik, so I don't know if he needs it.
He doesn't need it. He's good.
He can have the high ground,
rocky crags and stuff.
Yeah.
Mr. DM.
Yes.
Like, are there hiding opportunities within these rocks to try and advance?
You can get up here. This is higher than their eyesight at that point. So, like, you're kind of like overlooking a cliff.
So
right, we're ready.
Are we exposed? I feel like I'm exposed.
Up here, you are not.
The Z-axis is higher than them. But we're on Pride Rock.
Yeah, think of it as Pride Rock.
Like, you can
Guys,
get
come
the
on.
jump on him. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Is it just getting hotter in here?
So are they within 120 feet of me?
They are.
I'm going to use the rod.
But not the one you guys think I'm going to use, and it's the Rod of Well Endowment.
We got rid of that. We left that with Earl.
Oh, that's right. we don't have it.
Didn't we live it with Jigglepuff?
That's right.
Pinecone Jigglepuff?
We traded it. Oh, it was in the Feywild, actually.
Yes.
We traded it away.
That's
Pinecone
right.
Jigglepuff, yeah.
Oh, man.
Jigglepuff.
If only.
If only. So, sir,
This
that's
is-
a DC 15.
This is interesting.
Oh no, one is but one isn't.
Yeah.
Which one?
So, hold on. Let me read this.
Charms. Lucky charms.
So, okay, they're charmed by you. Okay. They seem to be having a conversation, and you point the rod at them, and both of them feel this ping, and they both start looking around, trying
Hide.
to figure out
I
where
hide.
it came from. Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Hell yeah.
You might need to be present to make the command.
25, perfect. Dewey and Roy, can you make a perception check for me?
Sure.
Ezra's kind of like getting blocked a little bit.
Perception.
That's a 19.
Oh,
You cannot stop this
Okay.
man tonight. You can try, but you can't.
All right.
he's rolling hot.
You notice that like after they start like, looking around, they have another conversation before Osler puts his hand up He says something to him, and he just kind of waits, almost like patiently, as if he's waiting for something.
He looks over at Roy. He says, Is it Vassler? It looks like he's been charmed.
Vossler is the one that got charmed.
Oh, that's good, because the dwarf will listen to him, so
Maybe.
we kind of have like a, a
proxy.
chain of command going,
We sure do.
We also have a convenient pool of lava of which to push someone into.
Maybe
Well, this
we
is-
should descend from the north then.
I kind of like this because he considers me to be his leader. So I'm going to slowly and theatrically walk down the rocky crag as if I'm descending from high above.
And as you do that, the dwarf kind of like gets in between you and Vossler.
Mhm.
And Vossler puts his hand on his shoulder and he goes, "It's quite all right. I think that they need to be here."
I do. Thank you. Thank you.
Dwarf looks over at him and he goes, "Sir, they've got the rod. They're the ones that used it. They're being possessed." And he's like, "Darf, I'm gonna need you to relax. Back up. And let's hear them out."
Hey, Voss. Are you going to let him speak to you that way?
Nobody speaks to the king that way. You're right. Darf, if I wanted to, I could have them escort you over the lava river right behind me. I suggest you fall in line. Darf is like, "I can't let this happen," and he points at Vossler.
Dewey
casts a
goes
spell.
to grab him.
Ooh!
Uh,
Go ahead and make a athletics check, and he can make either an athletics or an acrobatics check. Okay.
Oh, that's good for me.
You got him. As you,
I put him into a full Nelson.
Yep. He's
Oh
like,
man. Oh man, I'm
you
so
get him into it.
Don't
Get
worry,
him into a
boss.
Taz mission.
Yeah, don't worry, boss. I got him. He says at Heinrich, but loud enough that Vossler can think it's him being called boss.
I kind of give him
Wow.
like a...
I'm so ready for this. I'm gonna run up and I'm gonna pull out the manacles that I've got. I'm gonna cuff
Oh,
this.
that's so good.
I'm gonna
That's
cuff this
so smart.
jabroni. I'm cuffing him.
You cuff him?
Yeah, I'm gonna cuff him. Hands
Do
behind the
the
back.
cuffs succeed?
Yeah, I mean,
Roll
yeah.
for cuff.
Do I roll for cuff? What do I roll for a
No.
cuff?
You do not need to roll for cuff.
Kicking? I want to do some kicking.
If he is safely cuffed, Dewey will pat him down looking for spell components to take.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Boss, I just want to assure
Oh.
you that this is completely normal and this is protocol for when you are receiving a promotion higher
I
than the level
understand
of
that
king.
this is. I understand that this is just a security measure. It's fine.
I
Just
think
wanted to make sure you were aware.
He said investigation. I think I bust the bank on this one here. Hold on, I'm gonna use knowledge of the ages for investigation. And I'm gonna use guidance. And got a 4.
Ooh.
So I have proficiency. So I normally roll investigation at -1, but my proficiency is 3. So it's gonna be D20 plus 3, right?
Is your proficiency 3?
Well,
My
4
proficiency is
Proficiency
minus
is
four.
4.
But I have -1 to investigation. Or
Okay.
so no, I have 2. Sorry, I have 2 to investigation. So I'll have +6.
So a D20
plus 6
plus 10.
plus 4. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not great.
14.
Fuck.
Don't find
Should've
find
given you an
any-
inspiration.
any spell components, you do find his spell book.
Okay. And I'm looking particularly for do I know what the invisibility spell component is? Azazel has it all the time. Probably
I
don't find it, but
tell you what
that's
you want the components. You want to know what they
yeah,
are.
what is the component? Because I don't want this guy going invisible on us.
An eyelash encased
or maybe
in
Azazel,
gum
can you
Arabic.
So I'll take his spell book and I'll put it in my bag.
If
I'll say
if he doesn't have
Azazel.
his spell book, he can't make any spells.
Well, if he hasn't
Take it.
prepared, he can still
You can do
use them, right?
cantrips.
Oh well, there's a
Um,
big thing of lava over there.
No, Azazel, can you search him for the what you need to become invisible?
Yeah, sure. And I just pluck one of his eyelashes off of him.
Oh, okay.
Like, I carry around
I didn't
a little
realize
bit
he
of
had him like
gum
that.
Gum
Arabic.
Arabic, roll it up.
I just pluck a few of them out there. I'm like, I'm sorry, I know this
Pluck
sucks.
'em.
He starts
You're like-
tearing up because it's like sensitive.
Okay, Roy, it's
Ow.
a good thing you had the manacles. He probably won't be able to cast somatically with all that. Okay. All right, he's good, boss. Dewey says loudly to both.
Do we
people.
gag him?
I
No.
mean, maybe. Yeah.
I don't know if that's necessary.
Come on, bud. Let's go to bed.
Leave
Do
him out
you?
here because I gotta take him out.
Well, how long does the rod last for, really quick?
8 hours.
8 hours.
Okay, so we're fine.
We've got a whole work day.
Well, boss, I want you to follow that dragon. And look at Roy.
You mean so to say that the dragon deserves a kingly inspection, right?
Well then,
What?
I'm confused.
I. Yes, I want Voss to approach Roy.
Oh, I thought you meant this dragon. Sorry.
No, 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 no.
Oh,
Like the,
I'm like-
the dragon on the
My
side.
bad. My bad.
you checking me
I
out?
hold I hold the dwarf's manacles. His arm. Hold him in place
Why is he approaching
while
me?
they talk.
Hello.
Yeah, I approach him.
I just kind of walk away from him at that point. I'm like, Roy, he's all yours.
Okay.
So I'm following him now.
Temporarily, if
Further?
you wouldn't mind, please.
Sure.
I could try casting sleep on the dwarf if we want, but it only lasts a minute.
I think he's probably too strong.
He's probably fine right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'd have to use like a level 3 or 4
Yeah, don't
spell
waste
slot.
I think we got him in a good position.
Well, okay. We've got one cuffed dwarf. And
Dwarf.
I'll hand
Dwarf.
Azazel the books since he's the bookmaster.
Yeah, I was gonna say thank you. I will.
Okay.
and we have a king that is under our control. We could
Lucky
ask him
us.
some questions.
We sure could.
What kind of questions do we want answered?
Well-
Where's the big demon guy?
Could ask him if he knows the big demon guy's name, but I don't
Ooh.
think he could possibly know it.
Yeah, is that possible?
I don't think so.
Wrestler?
You can certainly ask him, and
Yeah.
then he
I
would be
think-
like, "No."
Yeah, do you know?
I think there's a bit of a game here, right? So there's a bit of a mini game here, right? Because the rod wants them to do. You shouldn't command them to do something contrary to their nature. So if we like trick him into thinking he's doing himself a service as the king, we'll probably get more answers out of him that way. I don't know what that means for covertness. But if we start bossing him around like a subject, I think that might break his nature.
It's crafting the question.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I mean, we're all friends here, right? Colleagues.
Do we want? I think we should establish like at the end of this interaction, we're gonna need to do something with him too, right? like, is he gonna come with us and like show us where to go, maybe, or because that's an idea.
We do have him for quite some time.
Yeah, we have to know where to go to. There's two demons that we're chasing down. The one with many swords that you guys fought before, and then the big guy that you fought before. Those are the two that we know about.
Does Vossler look like he would be able to handle himself in some sort of fight?
He has just a normal short sword on his hip.
Okay. Just want to make
So-
sure that something doesn't, he doesn't all of a sudden become a threat to us,
It
Yeah.
seems like it's it's very ornate, sure, but it doesn't look like anything special.
It's kind of like how Batman's superpower is having a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's Voss's
Hey, Henrik.
superpower.
Hey, Henrik, maybe you should try to get him to give us his sword, his really cool sword. I've always wanted to have a cool sword.
Maybe something.
It's
a
for
little
his own
more-
protection.
Maybe something a little more useful.
I don't know if that's accurate.
All right.
point-
Forget
the
what
dwarf-
I'm saying.
The dwarf kind of pipes up and he's just like, "You fucks have no idea what you're doing."
Boss.
Yeah, and we
Did
have
what?
you. So what does that make you?
Apparently an unwelcome prisoner.
Thanks, Keanu.
Please, you have to wake up. They're charming you. Buster looks over and he's like, Darf, I grow tired of your speech and your shenanigans and just you all together. One more word out of you and you are fired. Understand? The dwarf is just like, fired? I've kept you alive. Wouldn't get this far without me.
Hey man, I wouldn't
You
push his
need-
buttons. You're being a little mean right now.
I step
there's, like-
behind Boss and I start like doing a little jig just to like try and get a rise out of the dwarf.
Motherfucker. He tries to like spit at you.
And then
He's
I
like,
just,
Nope,
I
nope,
push,
none
I
of that.
stop, I freeze, I like put my hand on my head, like
Giving Vossler like bunny ears behind.
Yeah.
what's going on? What's the problem?
One more word out of you, and we're gonna gag you. No spitting. You're not a cobra.
You.
Anybody got a sock?
I have a spice sack.
Yes.
Oh.
That we probably don't
Sack
need
of
anymore.
spices in his mouth, dude.
That's probably pretty good.
Make him do the cinnamon challenge.
Oh my gosh.
Literally, yes.
I was just thinking I was going to give him a delightful blend of cinnamon and nutmeg, but if he keeps it up, it's going to be granulated onion and turmeric.
Oh gosh.
Hustler looks over and he's like, I'm so sorry about my subordinate over here. Is there anything that I can do for you?
Well, yeah, we're looking for something down here, and we can't find him.
What are you looking for?
You see some demons scooting around recently?
Well, a lot of them have been going through that portal, and actually, if you look up, and the first time you guys look up into the red sky, and there are a lot of winged devils flying around above you. And luckily, you guys are kind of on the smaller statute, except for Roy. So, as long as you kind of keep to the shadows a little bit, you should be fine. But you look up and you're like, oh shit, like, we had no idea.
Oh, not used to looking for people up there.
And you just hear cackling and laughter and lightning bolts. All of that. And he goes, there's plenty of devils if you go around. Not quite sure which one you're referring to.
We're looking for a very specific one. One who's, kind of like the The big devil on campus, if you will.
Ah.
He
That
may
one.
not be
Well,
the biggest, but he seems like he's the most important.
well, I'm sure that if you follow this cord, I guess you can say, um, where the terminal is for the portal, I'm sure that he'll be around there somewhere.
The portal that we... Wait. From the portal?
He points back up at the portal, and you see the line of fire that's coming across. Like if you look up,
Yes.
keep on following it down. The terminal is at the end there. That connects it. He should be over by the terminal.
By terminal, you don't mean the giant red thing.
No, the other way.
The other end. Okay. Thank you. I was a little confused there.
Yeah, he's saying that the terminal with like the lever for it is at the
Okay.
end of this board.
Gotcha.
Do we interject? He says, General, what's your alias, Matt?
Oh my.
Oh, General Blum.
No, no, no.
Big Bumpo.
Blumphonomous.
Oh,
What
no,
is it?
Right. It's Jonathan Blumko, of course.
General Blumko. If I may, King Vassler, word has been that you've been trying to stabilize our realm, your home realm, with a treaty between the two kings, you and the King of the Nine Hells. Is this true?
No, that's not true.
Oh, we've got bad
Our-
intel. He turns to his asshole. I told you it was bad intel.
He told me it was bad intel. I don't know what to. I was.
It's rumors. Sorry, continue, King.
I'm flipping through the spell book.
Has somebody been making false claims about this?
They have. Some people have said you were working with the King of the Nine Hells.
Oh, of course we were working together, but at the end of the day, I was still going to be the most powerful person in Aetheria. The reason for him was to start fresh, start anew. The only way that life can thrive is if, unfortunately, there's death. And our world felt incomplete. Our world needed a jumpstart. It needed something to help make it thrive. He was going to help with that. And then he was going to walk away and have me pick up its pieces.
Seems pretty advantageous on your side. Don't look at me. I was the one who had the bad intel apparently from the beginning, but you know, I feel like most deals made with devils don't end up the way that you would want them to. I'm just curious how you were able to be so convinced that this was going to be the actual end goal.
Yes, great King, if you will tell us of your diplomacy, please.
My father was a great man, and he is going to go down in the history books as one of the best. But who would be the savior of the realm? Who would be the protector of the realm? Who would be the person that brought on this new age of prosperity to Aetheria? Vassler. I would be bigger than anyone before me. I would be bigger than anyone that would come after me. I would be remembered. And with his blessing, I would be able to live a full life up at the top. Everyone below me would have to bow to me. And eventually, I could expand my reach far beyond Aetheria. Who knows? Maybe we can start on another continent. Have him do his little fire magic, and I can come in and save the place. Thus expanding my realm to the whole material plane.
With all due respect, sir. And Azazel gets a shit-eating grin on his face. You could conquer other lands, other continents, maybe take over the entire material plane, but don't you think that's thinking a little small? What if maybe you were the ruler of another plane? Just a thought.
At this point, the dwarf starts like,
I just give him one of these, like a quick.
Lasser looks over and he goes, that could be true. I would want to start off with the material plane before moving on. Home ground,
Wise decision.
home field advantage.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess this place. I mean, this place could never be yours anyway. Clearly.
Not with him still here, of course not.
Right. Now, what was his name?
He never told me.
Okay, well, this is worth a shot.
So,
Oh,
as you did your dealings down here, did they receive you in a palace worthy of foreign kings?
There was a castle, sure, but I don't think that I've ever been there. I see it on the horizon over there, but I've never been there. This is my first time in this plane.
What did you come down here to do, if not to sign the treaties and all that, or receive their help?
I just wanted to make sure that everything was up to snuff, making sure that we had enough winged devils coming through, tearing the world asunder, and plus, I felt safer here, being in the belly of the beast as opposed to near my castle, which is probably going to fall anytime soon.
So it's more of, spending your time stationed in another country while the war takes place in one country.
Biding my time to return.
Right.
At the opportune moment,
Genius.
where I would be considered a hero.
Now, when you returned, what did you plan to make your heroic entrance with? Was there something grand and worthy of your impressive stature?
At that point, the dwarf starts moving and motioning again. Vassal goes, "Oh, that's the beauty of it. I would come down through the portal, and I would go, huzzah! And all of the winged devils would pretend to die. And then I would run over and kick them all through this portal again, knocking all of them back into this realm, while saving ours."
With a single kick?
Well, I would do multiple kicks, sure, but metaphorical kicks. Bring them all into this portal and bring them back. They would still be alive, of course, and I'd be considered a hero.
You control the winged devils? Or is with your words alone?
They would listen to me. We set it out as part of our deal that when I showed up and gave a very barbaric yell, it would fall.
And they know it was you just based on how you looked? Or did you have some secret word or something?
Said huzzah.
They would know
huzzah.
who I would be.
Good to know. Just gonna walk up right quick with Azazel. And maybe get out of earshot.
Yeah.
Just wanna walk up
Do we
to
tighten
I'm
his
thinking it's a yeah. Yes, sure. I'll.
You think you could impersonate this guy?
Oh, are you
Please
kidding me? And then I mimic Vossler's voice, and I'm like, yes, I would be the hero that saved Aetheria.
The only problem
Is that
that
good?
I have with that was great, yeah.
Thank you. I've been working on it.
The only problem that I have with this thought is that I think that our friend here, the king, is probably being played.
Oh, he for sure is. There's come on, there's no way. Like that's the thing that devils do. They play people, right?
Well,
That's the whole. Oh no, but not the great king of Aetheria, Vossler. They would never do that to him.
Azazel, you're also a devil.
Especially me. I would never do that. I'm not really a devil. I'm like half devil.
You've got like a quarter devil in you.
Yeah, I'm half devil, quarter Aetherian, and then quarter something else. I don't know.
All right, well, let's rejoin him.
But yeah, really
Or not.
quick. Yeah, no, actually, here. Let's actually go back.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that. I just had this great joke I had to tell my friend Azazel here, and it was only something he'd understand.
Oh, yes. It was really funny. If only you guys could have understood what it possibly...
It's a red... Never
It's
mind.
not... Yeah, it's nothing. It's nothing to you guys. So, yeah, maybe... I don't know, would... Vossler, maybe you want to show us around the place, maybe bring us to the other end of this cord? Did you guys... Maybe you want to do something else out here, ask Vossler some more questions?
Well, I was thinking, it is rather hot down here and there's lava. Just for safety's sake, I should cut the king in on our ritualistic water walking ritual. Just make sure we don't fall into the lava.
Right.
That's right, yeah. The diamond.
That's
All
a
right. Can
really
someone
good
else
idea.
hold this gentle dwarf here?
Roy, I think you're probably more
Oh, yeah, I got
suited for the task than me.
All right, I will ritual cast. We'll
And
pull
I'll
up
give him
into
like
the
one of
shade.
like the, see if he
Got
flinches,
him
kind
in a
of.
headlock.
We'll stay
mess
in the
with me?
shadow of one of these rocks as I cast Water Walk on the party and Vossler, but not the dwarf.
Oh, Jesus.
Hold on.
Are we just melting this guy?
He's too dangerous. So I'm gonna after I cast the ritual on everybody, I'll get the amulet of telepathy and I'll look at him and I'll say, "Why would you follow him if you knew he was being played?" I say telepathically.
To Gorf.
To Gorf, yeah, and I look to see if his reaction, if he's even willing to make a reaction, and if not, if he is, I'll rephrase it with yes or no questions.
There is a little inscription on the amulet of telepathy that says you're legally obligated to reply.
And you would think laws don't apply in hell, but this is the most lawful evil place you could be.
You're right.
So,
I just
Um,
really.
I'll say, do you know that he's being played by the Devil King?
Ooh, did you say that to the dwarf?
I telepathically I say that to the dwarf with the amulet of telepathy. Because his
like-
mouth is gagged.
Yeah. He goes,
He can just nod. I don't know if he can respond.
he knows that it's you that's saying it, and he just shakes his head.
Do you know now? He asks.
He goes, what the king wants is what the king gets. I am just his faithful ward.
I feel bad for this guy.
I was gonna say that sucks. It sucks that he's actually just doing his duty, you know?
Because he seems way more dangerous than Basler.
Well,
Alright,
guys,
I can't pry answers out of him. I'll say, you know he's gonna die if we don't get him out of here, right? The imps are just gonna turn on him and kill him at the end. There's no way that the Devil King would give up control of 2 realms. It's a fire escape on the other side of that portal. It looks like the 9 hells, the 10th hell.
I didn't know the last part of the puzzle, and now that I do, probably not in his best interest to return.
And that
He's going to die either way. Should kill him now.
best interest.
Not a vested interest, more.
No, is that in
He's
his
gone.
best interest?
Oh. What else would you have him do? He brought a whole hellscape of creatures into Ave for what? Power? He doesn't deserve to live. At least if he's gone, I can move my expertise to the next king.
And not the Devil King, right? The true king of Aetheria. The one who wields the rod.
That rod should be thrown into the river. Talking about Larsa. Wouldn't fall for anything like this.
Oh, man!
Layers.
Ah,
I was gonna say you're having this conversation, so I can't interject.
Yeah, this
So-
is all in the brain, right?
Yeah, this is all.
Yeah.
Like
can
Azazel
we
and
have a-
Henrik and I are just like, oh, Dewey's doing that thing.
can we have
see
a
it, he's holding
flashback
it.
real quick?
Of?
Of Roy, Dewey, Henrik, and Azazel outside a campfire. We're saying, I know we were talking about Vossler, and some of you wanted to rehabilitate him. He wasn't all that bad, and I mean, I think we should kill him. What do you guys think? If we get our hands on him.
Well, so hypodermically speaking here, if we had him like controlled by the rod of rulership per se, I'd probably just
Something
have
like
him
that.
like, you know, march around somewhere for like 8 hours and then take care of everything we needed and then like go back and maybe, you know, keep him alive for his brother's sake. His brother would be really upset if he died.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't want to wish death on anybody. But you know stories about royalty and siblings and uprisings because who's the true heir to the realm, and I think that everything becomes a lot easier if Vossler's just not a piece of the equation anymore. But that's my 2 cents.
What do you think, Henrik?
I think the Henrik of the flashback would have been in team kill him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you might get a different Henrik after recent events, but
Team killer.
but
That needs to be on a t-shirt. I'll make a team kill him with
Team
like
kill 'em.
Henrik's
Team
face.
kill 'em.
I like.
hey,
Dewey looks, realizing it's 2-2, and he's gonna, or it's 3-1 at the time, but he prolongs the conversation. He says, Roy, since he's the only dissenter, don't you think, I mean, Azazel makes a good point. If we were just having him walk around, he could fall to an even crueler death. You know, at least if it was us, it would be swift and quick. He's done things that are unforgivable, and last time we let somebody go, we spared Nor's life, and he engineered something to hurt even more people. I don't want to do that again. Even if Vossler's not as cunning. Do you think it'll corrupt the little prince that much? What if he never knows?
Now you're asking me to keep a secret, too. I'm feeling real guilty.
Secrets are a lot like truth. You know, the best of it's hidden away. You keep it to yourself. Not like knowledge.
Could I bite him and turn him? Make him a thrall? Gosh, now I'm thinking... Why is the first thought that I had slavery?
Cruel.
That's actually awful.
That seems cruel.
That seems even worse.
That's kind of worse than...
Yeah, gosh, I went there. I thought we'd just march him away with the rod of rulership.
Oh, perhaps we could imprison Vossler instead.
I mean, what about Nor?
That's true.
I don't want to make that mistake again.
It's also true.
Yeah.
But I know you guys are more benevolent than me.
Ugh.
More.
We are
willing
talking
to
about the fate of the world.
Think about
but
people's reform.
Gosh.
What do you think Larsa? What do you think Larsa's whole take on this would be? Of course, he wouldn't want his brother to die, but
He's like 8.
He's
sure.
like 14, 15.
Oh, he's like
Either
my
way,
age.
Roy, kids know. Kids are
I'm a
smarter
kid
than-
too! I've killed people, but gosh, guys.
I doubt he. I'm sure he understands the concept of a pretender king trying to usurp the throne.
But it's also his family. It's his brother, right? But it's the brother that killed his father, but he told us. This can be after the sewers and all that, maybe. He told us he didn't want his brother killed.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do have unbridled control. Can we just march him through the portal and have him lay down for the next 7 hours? Make this decision after we've sated our bloodshed off some other more powerful villain?
Well, we certainly can't have him go through the portal because then the spell ends, right?
Oh, does it now?
Because he'd be in
No.
another plane of existence, wouldn't he?
I think the rod is
It
just
does not
like,
say that.
It's like an auto
Oh,
win
interesting.
button here. It's like 8 hours, you got him.
Interesting.
Maybe Vassal just takes a long rest outside the portal on the other side.
Or if we just have Vossler go outside and, abdicate.
Contrary to his nature.
To his nature.
Yeah, that is contrary to his nature, I guess.
Out
Well,
of
tell him
character?
that he would abdicate to become a much more powerful king. Duh.
He's
Out
not
of
going to be king,
character.
he's going to be emperor.
That's right.
This is up
Now
to you
you're
guys.
thinking.
This is up to you guys. Out of character, I have a really cool way to kill him. I don't have a cool way to save him.
Yeah.
I have a really narratively satisfying way to kill him.
What more can he do at this point?
He can't. Because he's not like a super supreme warrior, right?
No, he's just rich.
Nah,
As far
he's
as I
just
know.
a dude.
That's what it is.
And Larsa does probably want his brother to stay alive. And I wouldn't feel good lying to Larsa about how he died.
All right. So cut back to real time.
Sure. I do want to know the way after you do this.
I can't tell you. Guys, what do you think we do? What do we do now, guys? We gotta go to this castle the great king told us about here. That's where the inferior king will be, the devil king. Dewey flips
it's
back.
just in the courtyard over there. It's not like it's that far of a walk.
It's right over there.
Yeah, it's in. It's a couple of 100 yards down on this crevasse, but it easily walked. You just got to watch your step and not fall into the lava river here.
So you're saying we don't really need a guide to get there?
No, you could just follow this rope right here if you needed to.
Huh. Interesting. What is it that you would say you do around here then, if we don't need you as a guide?
Well, I guess I'm here for whatever you need me for, sir.
Okay.
Dewey telepathically talks to the dwarf. He says, we want the younger Larsa, the more equipped Vassler, to come out of this war on top. Will you help us in any way you can? You know he's the better ruler.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Suck at this.
No, you don't. You're so good.
You've got advantage. That's at least double digits.
You've got advantage. Oh my god, it hovered on that one. Did anybody else see that?
I did.
Oh, that was the other die.
It's almost like on my screen here, it's almost like cocked on the 1.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's right now they're on a 19. Deucif, man. Deucif.
He looks at you and, while nodding, he says, I want to go back. Let me have an actual duty again.
I mean, I feel like I trust this guy enough based on what he said. It all seems honest.
Well, he can go back.
He is a villain, though.
He can go back. He won't be able to do anything without his spellbook, right?
Dewey says,
doesn't something happen with spellbooks where it comes back to him? Or he could reconjure it?
No, that's
warlocks.
That's warlocks.
Like my thing.
But he could still know his
wizard.
cantrips.
He does know his cantrips, but that's it.
Oh, that's
the only
fine.
thing that he would be able to do is he would have to rewrite his spellbook using those inks and materials and spell scrolls and stuff like that.
Which
Again.
he doesn't have on his person, right? Does he have any gold?
He doesn't have anything on him besides that spellbook.
What a rookie.
okay,
At least what you found. And he's got no eyelashes.
It's so true.
Gotcha.
He doesn't have spell components. He can never turn invisible.
I mean, I'm tempted to rip the cloak off the guy.
Dewey looks at Azazel real quick and just whispers enough that he can hear. He says, Azazel, I need your help. I need your help, please. He's like, I need some of the magic that you do. I know it's weird to ask for it.
No, sure. What do you want? I could give you a you want a minor illusion?
No. Do you remember that time that we were traveling with Biori, the Fae of Ioun, and that song that she would whistle?
Yeah, I vaguely remember that tune.
Song that kind of sounds like truth.
Yes.
Can you just play that for me real quick?
Yeah, I mean, sure. And I pull out my lyre and I just start plucking the melody away on it.
All right, and I turn around and I look this guy, I grab his hand on his shoulder and I stare at him real intently. I say, you are not lying to me, right? You want to do what's best for the kingdom? For the real king, the true king? Telepathically.
I want to get out of here alive and on the right side of history. This doesn't feel like this is it.
Okay. How truthful do I feel like he's being? This is it. My judgment is over after this.
Take an insight check.
All right.
Ooh. Do you taste that?
Is that like the fourth nat 20 today for you guys?
Third.
Or the third? Third.
To be fair,
got two,
Dean's
Dewey's got
first
one.
2 rolls were nat ones, I think.
You can tell that this is a man that knows that he's lost, and in order to get back to a position of where he was in the royal family, he would do anything. And that type of extremism can seem daunting to you, but looking around, he does look scared here. He does think that this has gone over his head for far too long, and I think he realizes, and you know that he realizes that he'd rather have somebody that he's working with that has a better head on their shoulders.
Okay. Dewey takes a deep sigh, and he reaches in his bag and pulls out a little knife. And for a second, the dwarf thinks he's going to cut him with it, but instead he just cuts off a lock of hair and binds it real quick and puts it in his pouch. And he says telepathically, or no, he just says it with words at this point. There's no more. Can you protect the king without your spell book?
No.
He sighs again. He looks. He says, "Guys, I think we should let him go."
No, maybe
Not
not
a
with
threat.
all of his spells. I might want to rip a few out.
No, he'll need him to get past the imps, the winged devils.
I think they could camp out at the gate.
I have a banishment spell in there. If I could upcast it and send both of us out.
I shake off the spice pouch that he just managed to spit out of his mouth.
You know we love that Larsa kid. We
General
care-
Blumpko.
We care about this
I-
family so much, this royal family. I tried saving Raminus's life, alright, man? You better be on our side here.
General Blumpko.
I,
And his permission to release the prisoner on the condition they return to their home plane. And King Vossler, permission also that you be taken back to, the imps. I think when we were coming in, they were starting to temper down, but it sounds like based on what you've told us, you just say the word, the invasion ends, the city is sieged, it's ready to be repossessed. Your dream, it's ready to be realized.
I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna get in the little courtyard, and I'm gonna scream "Huzzah!" and all of them are gonna fall down. That was the plan.
Right. General Blumpko do you concur?
I do.
Roy, please unshackle the manacles.
Is there a place
Do you
they're going
take any-
after this? Are they going to march towards some location?
Does he get his spell book back?
Dewey says he conveys the plan telepathy. He says we should let him go, guys. He's agreed to go protect Larsa, and Larsa might need help, but he needs his spellbook to do that. He says telepathically 1, 2, 3 to each of the party members.
Oh, so he needs this back? I mean, I guess it's
Dewey
fine.
nods.
Just he's looking down at the guy's spell book that he's been like doodling in the
Doodling.
margins of this guy's.
Yep.
But he looks and it's just like he sees the spell witch bolt, like he sees that written out, and he's like, he just crosses out the W and replaces it with the B, and then he closes it and he's like, all right, fine, he can have it back.
All right.
He kind of shakes his head. My liege, are you ready to go? Foster's like, if it pleases your general, other esteemed guests, I think I'm ready to save the world. And Arf the dwarf is just like, all right. He opens up his book and finds the banishment spell. And
Just before he casts it, Dewey just grabs him. And again, he says, "You're doing the right thing. Keep doing the right thing."
Give my manacles.
why do I
back.
feel so bad about it?
Doing the right thing never feels good.
You're gonna stop this, right?
Gonna try.
Luck. And he hits both of them with a banishment spell. Get them back to the material plane.
I'm sorry, guys. That probably looked weird on your end. I was just talking to him. I don't think he's that bad. I think it doesn't matter. You guys did great, but there's so many devils above us. And the castle's right there. We don't have much time left.
Yeah, let's get inside. I think that's a good idea. Let's maybe skedaddle into this place, I guess.
Yep. You guys
Well, Henrik.
follow the cord.
Henrik.
Yeah.
They may be the king. You know, that guy, and soon Larsa. But there's such a thing as the people's king too, right? Somebody from Ave who can protect it again.
Of course.
And you're the one holding the rod in your hand. I think you should be the one to cast it out.
Wait, what?
You gotta melt it. Lava destroys magic objects.
You're probably right.
Dewey eyes you for hesitancy for a second, knowing that the Rod of Rulership is depleted right now. He just won an athletics match. He's feeling a little high.
But
for his
what, if,
first.
but what if the lava doesn't destroy it?
Then maybe we should break it here.
Wait,
over
so
our knee.
let's give it a shot. Let's just dip it in a little bit and see if.
Well, he might drop it if it gets too hot. Well, can you break it on your own, Heinrich? Can you snap it?
I mean, I could hold it with a mage hand and dip it in.
Well, Heinrich has to do this on his own, Roy. He's the people's king.
It's true. It's General Bromko.
That's a great idea, though. Just so you know.
I'll add
If he refuses, then I will ask you to do that.
I'll add it to Roy. No.
Okay. You've been chosen by the people's king. Knighted, if you will.
The power of the world in the palm of my hand. Let's see if it melts.
So what are you doing?
We all in agreement? I think this thing is too powerful for any of us to have.
It's too powerful.
Yeah, we
The
should
problem is
destroy
that
it.
if this falls into the wrong hands, right, within a day,
Yep.
I'm
Then they have
I'm
to
not
switch.
looking forward to, or I'm not looking forward to. Well, I'm not looking forward to tomorrow, but we'll see. We have a day, and I don't think this is going to serve anyone one day from now, right?
It's too much power for one person to have.
So with this in mind, I will cast Mage Hand, and I will throw the rod up in the air, catch it with the Mage Hand, give it a 30-foot push, and see what happens if I dip it into the lava and hold it there for 5, 10, 15 seconds.
Okay.
Pull it up.
If this was normal lava, it would not damage a magical object. Considering that this is hellfire, something entirely different, this scepter that dunks down, after the 5 or 10 seconds have passed, starts losing its sheen. Almost like it's cracking all the way up the shaft. And as you pull it up from the lava, part that was in the lava is nowhere to be seen. Melted off.
Okay. We all satisfied?
Do we not?
I'll keep it grabbed by the top and continue to have it just dunked into the lava to the point where it's
Yep.
mostly gonna just, evaporate into this magical hellfire lava, and then, with the tip just there, just drop it once
Yeah,
that's
just
left.
holding. Yeah, the little nub that's left by the mage hand just drops.
Sort of like reverse Terminator here.
Sizzles. Yeah.
Terminator 2. Spoilers, sorry.
Spoilers.
It's kind of like that scene in Nosfer. Oh, wait.
No.
A horny one?
Yeah, Stefan was horny.
Okay.
So with that,
so you
the
guys...
most magical, most powerful item that we seem to have had in this entire game is just gone.
Yeah.
Literally
And I feel
melted.
A little bit lighter at that thought. But guys, if we ever need to do something like that again, I got your back. I could do that once a day, kind of, too. But it's me. No one controls that. I could suggest a thing or two. Or really just one thing.
So, you guys continue on.
We're following the cord.
You
Staying to
continue
the
to follow this
shadows.
cord. Yep,
Best we can.
Sticking to the shadows, making sure that you don't get spotted by any of the winged devils above you.
Yep.
You get closer and closer to a gigantic onyx castle. This black, almost brick-like structure towers over everything else in this landscape. In the center of the courtyard is almost like a moat of this hellfire and this lava. And it seems to be suspended a good 20 to 30 feet above this river of lava that's encircling it. You get closer to the courtyard and you notice that the fire cord kind of stops almost at the doors of the castle. And you start seeing the contraptions for the terminal. You see, as you get closer, the landscape of it, almost like a bridge leading over this river of lava, in the shape of a skull, mostly for aesthetically pleasing. And sitting on a throne of the courtyard closer to the castle is our patron. And you are here to stop.
Ooh.
And that
Man, oh man.
is where we will leave it.
Put up your Water Walker red bubbles.
Put up your dukes.
Redbubble.com.
Ooh, you can get great Shabazzle t-shirts from redbubble.com.
Where's my bubble? Where is it? Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. There we go.
Damn.
This is cool, man.
This is scary. This is it, guys.
This
This
is
is it.
It's very wild.
Oh yeah.
I'm so sad that Roka passed away, dude. Are you kidding me?
Oh my gosh.
I love that you had such a reaction to that.
I broke, man. I was just, I was sad, but at the same token, I was really happy. Like, I was thinking about, gosh, man, everything we've ever done. Like, I was thinking, as that was happening, the part that broke me the most was thinking back to the first battle royal that we had, where we really we had no clue who we were.
The PvP.
The PvP,
Yep.
and Henrik is holding, what is it? Billiam hostage. I was thinking about all that. The treks up through Corvallis, Dayan, the tournaments, the boat ride. We met Dewey and the barrel. We went to Kilvas. Yep. We fought Orlando. Oh my gosh, so much cool stuff. And it just all hit me. And I cried a lot. I haven't cried like that in a minute.
Those vials of blood was their blood as well. It was right before the PvP. Yes. Roka gave an announcement of just prick yourself and put a little bit of blood in there, and take this potion. And I want to see how you guys fight without any training, type of situation. And that vial of blood was used by Felix to keep tabs on them. He can locate them better, pretty much using your scry thing.
Yeah.
But it was also to fill you guys to full if you ever needed it, at the expense of a Faisal.
Dude, that's like a 9-year payoff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And those things that Roka said to you guys is my thank you to you guys.
Yeah.
Because
that was sweet.
I couldn't have done it without you guys, honestly. You guys deserve this payoff. You guys were attentive. You made things the way they were, and I can't thank you guys enough for just allowing me to give this to you. And I don't know how the final fight is going to go, but I have had a hell of a time all of us being a storyteller together. And thank you. Really.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
We're looking forward to. You're not. Your thank you. Our thank you to you is not only in Roka; it is in all of the characters that you've created as well. So.
Yes.
Yeah, and
we hope to return the favor in how we treat some of them. And yeah, it's been real. It's been awesome.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah, and it's you never treated it as a joke. You guys were always ready to play because you put so much effort into your backstories, and you wanted to see these people grow and see what we can do, and it meant a lot to me. So thank you.
A lot to us.
Yeah.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you, Greg.
But it's not over yet.
It's not over yet.
Yeah.
Don't thank us yet.
Dude, I could
we have yet to destroy the story somehow.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
I could just dolphin dive into that right eyeball right now and still feel satisfied on all we've done all this time, man.
I see the dongle.
I know, I saw it too over there. I didn't want to say it.
What?
The dongle.
The dongle? Yeah, the lever.
Yeah.
Call it dongle.
Dean, how does Dewey feel about Horace?
About Horace Vandergelder?
Yeah. That was the coolest little twist.
Little no sell at the end there too.
Yeah.
Not acknowledged at all.
I think that's typical Dewey fashion.
I
lost it.
Oh my god! Because I thought he was my dad.
Well, I have to.
What's up? Your dad couldn't get me a better loan package for Blomko? What's going on?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
He'll
get the family. Yeah.
I don't think Dewey processed it, meaning that I don't think Dean processed it because, did I write this in my backstory?
Yeah, when Greg was like, yeah, you know.
Okay,
he
so Dewey
kind of like
just
you.
thinks he's thought his parents were his parents. And it's like
tough luck, bucko.
they've never been too close, but it's like if they are adopted parents, maybe he'll get closer with them after that, knowing that they chose him, which would be something refreshing.
Yeah, it was like a tumultuous relationship, right?
No, they were just. It was pretty neutral. It was just like Dewey
Neutral.
was chosen by the. He was chosen by the church, so he just kind of did that. But it was just like
Mhm.
everybody else had those strong bonds with their family, but Dewey never quite did. So
Well-
I don't even know if he makes the connection. Like I don't know if he realizes. maybe he needs to be told, or maybe he needs to have it down the line of something like that. It makes sense in retrospect, all the connections of trying to prolong your life and find different ways to do that, and to like HVG wants wealth and fame the way Dewey wants some form of longevity and immortality. So
Definitely the
that's cool.
parallels of like doing the most to get what you want is there.
right,
You know?
yeah, that's definitely
And-
something they have in common.
And his downfall was he tried to get out of a bid or with this deal with the devil, and he ended up having a son, and he didn't know him.
Oh, that's crazy.
If there is one defining trait of every single player character in this story, that defining trait is daddy issues.
Uh,
We all
Yeah.
have so many daddy issues. It's crazy. And none of it was planned for that either. It just sort of happened.
Oh man, that's
So,
great.
I just gotta say, Dad, sorry, bud. It's not you.
Yeah. Just maybe. Hey, do we need therapy?
Yeah,
Let's go to
right.
therapy
Like,
after
yeah,
Dad's-
that's what D&D is, right?
Yeah.
It's a good replacement for therapy, right?
I've got a meeting with my,
Oh my God,
therapist
that's funny.
tomorrow. I'll talk with her a little bit about it.
Can I say really quick the Dean, you thinking to give the flower from the Feywild and put it on Roka was like such a beautiful moment.
That's why you keep
I
those
love-
items.
I thought that was incredible. Yeah, that was very smart to
Yeah,
pull
I love
out
A
that.
at
little
that
touch
moment.
there.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we didn't just friggin' murder this guy. Both of these guys, like, oh man, didn't murder Bofa. We're the good guys. Though.
You're not-
We're still the good guys.
You're not going to tell me how you wanted to kill him, are you?
Can't, in case it comes back
Well,
into play.
I was gonna
Okay.
say there's a part of me that's like, I know that actual campaign is coming to a close, so I don't actually think that Vossler is going to, try to usurp the throne somehow, and then that becomes like a huge plot point because it can't.
Things are wrapping up. This
But
one-
Azazel doesn't
this
know
one
that.
This one shot is coming to a close.
Yeah.
I can't tell you guys. I have so
This-
much innate fear of this dwarf. I don't know why. Just like all we've seen him do is just disappear once. But I think that was me and Azazel. And
Yeah,
we just ever since then I've been terrified of this guy. Like he's just gonna steal the rod from us.
I think we sussed them out pretty quick.
Watch, Azazel's looking through his spellbook. He's like, this guy's like a level 2 wizard. We
No, he
could
could be.
fucking
He
smoke
could
this
be.
guy.
I have no idea. You can just upcast invisibility somehow, or it's not even invisibility. It's like a mist. I don't know.
Why would you take chromatic orb?
You
You don't even have any gold on you.
I wonder
And now
what they
he's
were
got
gonna
no-
do. Because the other option is we just repel above them and they like don't even notice us.
Oh my gosh,
That's
that'd be
true,
great.
right? Yeah. Like,
Go full Mission Impossible for this final fight.
We just
I had different
bypass.
things planned. If you didn't, yeah, you could have bypassed
I liked
them.
that. That was a sick scene. I liked that
Hell yeah.
because you get an emotional scene and then a really intense interrogation scene, or like a clever interrogation scene. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
It's like one heartfelt, one devious, which is cool.
And then
Gonna
lead
break
it
it up
off
a
by
little
and then end it by segueing us into the biggest demon in hell
This is
ever.
the fight, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Scary.
Well,
good luck,
Dina,
guys.
yeah, thanks. We're gonna need it.
That was super sick. Thanks again, Greg. That was awesome.
Yeah, Greg, this has been
Truly so.
Thank you, guys.
incredible.
Oh, I can't. I can wait, but I can't wait.
Oh, it's gonna be
Same.
on.
Same. This
Chris,
is the
that's over. So
highlight.
you got
It's fine.
killed
This
devils
is the
over here.
highlight of every day that we play. Is just like, oh man, makes my week, makes my year, makes my month.
Take your month.
Yeah, this is the best day in March. And there was St. Patrick's Day.
Saint Patty's
Come
Day.
on.
Not the day that we played the Nuzlocke randomizer
Yo,
where we
that
named her
was-
Ephero.
That was pretty fun. Derek did write me back with that too, which I found really funny. I'm gonna text him a picture.
You didn't send him any context. You were just like, we
Yeah, you
named a Pokemon.
Yeah, and he
after
was
you.
like, thanks. No questions asked. That's the Derek
Yeah, he was
relationship
just-
that we have.
Chill with it. All right.
Oh man.
I do have to go to bed though.
All right. Good
Okay.
night, gents. Around
All
here.
right.
Yes.
Good night,
All right,
guys.
we'll
Good
see
night.
you hopefully next
Yeah.
week.
Good night.
If not, we'll see you when we see you.
Thank
Love
you.
ya,
Take care,
appreciate
everybody.
yous.
Love and
Likewise.
appreciate.
Appreciate everybody.
Yeah.
Love you. Bye.
All right. See ya.